In the ancient times, before the recorded history of man as we know it, in the land of the Greeks, there was the history of gods. Gods that ruled the world, gods that manipulated the fates of mere mortals. Among the ancient formidable gods, Poseidon, who is known in Greek mythology as the god that rescued and married an Ethiopian princess Andromeda, is found.
According to the ancient Greek mythology, Ethiopians and Greeks were sons of the same Greek Olympian gods, which means they were brothers. We are brothers. The ancient Greek myth about the beautiful Ethiopian princess Andromeda and the brave Greek hero who saved her, Perseus, shows a strong bond uniting our two peoples.
The intermarriage relationship that started back in the ancient times reignited in the 4th century BC with the arrival of Frumentius, the famous Greek scholar that came sailing the seas to Abyssinia, the land of the burnt skins. Though he was first imprisoned by the then imperial guards, recognizing his diverse knowledge, King Izana made him his advisor, and it is written in history that it is he that oriented and converted King Izana to Orthodox Christianity.
In the Museum of Axum, we can see nice golden coins from the time that this kingdom was flourishing. What's the language used on these famous Ethiopian coins? Near the old times is Greek. When I visited Axum, I saw a trilingual inscription known as Ezana's stone, where the Ethiopian king commemorated his victories in 3 languages: Sabaean, Ge'ez, and again Greek.
Centuries passed with the Greeks and Ethiopians not only bound by the gods, but also by their strong faith in Orthodox Christianity. The construction of the church in the country in 1910 and the celebration of the various holidays with their Ethiopian brothers and sisters further sealed their ties. This bond then elevated into a business relationship with many Greek merchants visiting the country to do business with their Ethiopian counterparts.
My father came here in the early 19th, like 1918, 1920, for coffee business. From what he was telling me that he landed here after many months of travel from Greece via Egypt here. And then from here he had to ride by horse and mule to reach Shijima. It took him many, many days. In those days they were using the Maria Teresa coins, and they had no means of transportation. People were carrying them. You can imagine 315 kilometers of walk and ride. However, he made it there.
My grandfather came in Ethiopia in 1892, European calendar, which means about 130 years ago. And then after many years he established in an area about 15 kilometers out of Addis, which even today is called Saris Sefer, if you have heard about it. Saris is the father name, the surname of our family.
The business relationship then blossomed with the arrival of more Greeks to Ethiopia and opening up businesses at the center of the capital, Addis Ababa.
I tell you that in Addis Ababa there were not cars, and we were communicating only with Gari, Balafaras, okay? Anyways, long time ago, since that time, Ethiopia, has developed, as a modern town. That time the only commercial street was Haile Selassie Avenue. That were all the shops, Greek, Armenian, some Italian shops.
Exactly 1 century ago, Addis Ababa was not Africa's diplomatic capital as it is today. There were only 7 foreign embassies in Ethiopia. At that time, one country, far in geographical distance, but very close to the Ethiopian heart, chose to be the 8th to open a diplomatic representation in the new flower. That country was Greece.
To further cement the bond in 1954, Emperor Haile Selassie made a state visit to Greece where he met with high-ranking officials, including the Queen.
Haile Selassie, Emperor of Ethiopia, recently paid an official visit to Greece. After being welcomed by King Paul and members of the government, he drove with His Majesty to Athens. Cheering crowds lined the streets of the capital and gave him a really warm-hearted welcome. In Athens Cathedral, a service was held in Aramaic, the official language of Ethiopia. The emperor was accompanied by his royal hosts, King Paul and Queen Frederica.
I was not born then, when your emperor visited Greece. But I remember all the generation Greeks talking about the mythical visit. It's a mythical visit, during which the emperor had the opportunity, except for the official consultations, to watch games at the ancient stadium of Athens and attend ancient Greek theater performances at the Rhodium Theater of the Hellenic capital. We should not forget also that in the closest entourage of the emperor, one could count at least 3 Greeks, 1 advisor, 1 doctor, 1 sculptor. They were all very close to the emperor. During the emperor's time, a dynamic Greek community of more than 6,000 people was thriving in Ethiopia.
Greek Community School was established in 1910, intended to provide basic education for the Greek and other international residents in Ethiopia. However, in time, its quality education and the vast extracurricular activities undertaken by the school led some Ethiopians to join the school.
Εγώ στην Άντις Αμπέμπα ήρθα το 1963. Με έστειλε με απόσπαση του Υπουργείου Παιδείας της Ελλάδος και ήρθα σαν εκπαιδευτικός δάσκαλος στη Ζέκιο Δημοτική Σχολή.
The Ministry of Education of Greece sent me to be a teacher at the Greek Community School here at the elementary level, which was named Zekios Dimotikis School. After a year of services as a teacher, they promoted me to the director of the elementary section, and ever since then I was the director of the elementary school, and in 1987 I finally got my pension. The secondary section of the school was created in 1947. At that time, most of the students were coming from Djibouti, Dembidolo, Diredawa and Asmara to attend. The school engages in various social activities to benefit not only the Greek community living in Ethiopia, but also the Ethiopian community. The school has taken part in various sports competitions, which have earned it numerous championships. The Greek community also engages in several social activities to provide a lending hand when their aid is needed in the society. On one such occasion, the community has raised 1.5 million birr to benefit homeless children. The strong Greek community residing in the country got together to establish the Greek community and thereby the Greek club.
The club was established in 1943, and it was a reunion place for the Greeks to go there, meet, discuss, And slowly they started building up sports, football, and especially basketball. And eventually, this place was built in 1960. There is a target, if you have seen it in the entrance. It was inaugurated by the Emperor Haile Selassie.
As the club got bigger, its name became famous for its sports and social activities, among other things.
Well, I was young those days. The glory days of the Greek club were the basketball days. You have seen the basketball field here. The president, Mr. Velsarios, was a big fan of basketball, so he created a really, financed by him, a very, very strong basketball team, which we are talking now in the 60s, okay, early 70s. The basketball was very, very popular sport in Ethiopia. Maybe after football it was the most popular sport in Ethiopia. Very strong teams, Ethiopian teams, from YMCA, from the Air Force of Ethiopia, from various Ethiopian clubs.
I started with that small shop in Sagatara, where it was very, very few shops at that time.
Over the years Bambis has lived in Ethiopia, he has taken part in various philanthropic activities, among which are building a hospital for the blind, which is to be inaugurated soon, and donating ambulances for the federal police, for which he has received recognition. The love the Greeks have for Ethiopia is so immense that they are willing to sacrifice their lives to their home away from home, to the country that they are bound by blood. Some Greeks, like Vasilios, joined the army to fight for Ethiopia.
I had to change my name to go there. Yes, because they wouldn't accept Vasilios Tsimatos, because I was going to go and join the Korean War.
The century-old relation that has bound the two sister nations has prospered over the years. In recent times, numerous ventures have been made by the current ambassador to further excel the tie. The recent visit of Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister of Hellenic Republic, Mr. Terence Quick, after 19 years of official visit absence, is indicative of the flourishing relations between the two nations that lies ahead.
The Greek State Minister, together with his Ethiopian counterpart, Her Excellency Mrs. Hirut Zemene, confirmed the beginning of this new era of Greek-Ethiopian relations. They agreed on cooperation in a series of sectors, like technology transfer, tourism, sports, investments, bilateral trade, culture, even civil aviation. They also decided to maintain the impetus by proposing a wide exchange of bilateral visits in the near future, so there is more to come.
Τους Αιθίωπες τους βλέπω σαν αδέλφια. Δεν νιώθω εγώ ότι βρίσκομαι σε ένα ξένο μέρος.
The Ethiopians, I feel, are my brothers, and I don't feel that I am in a foreign country. I feel that the Ethiopians and the Greeks are from the same race. I, as well as many other Greeks, believe that Ethiopians and Greeks have the same blood running through their veins.
I wish, to this beloved country, when I say these words, it comes from my heart. It's not hypocrisy, I tell you. It's a beloved country for me. I love the country all these years, and when I close my eyes, I want to sleep for all the years yet. I wish, to this great country, prosperity. I wish better days for this lovely people, Ethiopia.
The relation of Greek and Ethiopia is not going to stand here. It's going to go on forever.
We are celebrating this year a whole century of diplomatic relations between our two sister countries. It's an impressive milestone, really. But it's no more than a drop in the ocean compared to the millennia of common history and affection, and the millennia of our common future.